And we're live. What's up, folks? I'm excited to do office hours with you today. Let me just grab the link and share it with the Discord friends, and then I'll share my screen and we can get started. Doodaloo, share screen, desktop to share. Boom. Amazing. We have amazing power these days. I remember when I was a kid and doing what we're doing right now was not even like, wow, that would have been amazing. Okay, great. So if you've never been to Office Hours before, this is Office Hours. It's a once a week. Kent's here to help you out most weeks. You can take a look at my live page that will show you my schedule for when I'm going to be available. I'm going to be at React Conf in 2 weeks, so that's what's going on there. But yeah, just come here, ask questions. If you're in the Zoom call, then I'll give you priority. If you're not, then I show up here in the Discord channel and I answer questions that are in here. So nobody's in the Zoom call yet, so I'll just jump into the answering questions from here. Starting with this question. Um, okay, yeah, I remember the reset button. So I didn't actually look into this, so we're gonna have to understand what's going on here together. Here, let me actually come back here and say, um, let's see, ensure, yeah, there, answering this now. Okay, come back up here, find that, and back up here, and there's the question. Focus management exercise. Everything's working, but I have one scenario that is not covered. I'm not sure how to cover it. When you have an error on the title field and you click reset, the fields are not cleared. All right, let's take a look at, this is the web forms workshop. And that's right here. We'll npm run dev. And this will open this up in the next port because I'm actively working on Epic React recordings right now. So we are on which exercise was this again? Form focus management. Yeah, okay. So that would have been accessibility. Yeah, here we go. Focus management. And then if we go to here, let's just set the playground to this would be 2.3. We'll go to the solution. 2.3 solution. Here we go. Okay, and then we start the app. And let's look at this one here. Bum, ba-da-dum. And refresh. There we go. Cody's first note. And the reproduction steps here are you have an error on the title field, and then you click reset. Fields are not cleared. Okay, so if I have an error in the title field, we'll get rid of it. Submit. Title is required. Reset. Fields are not cleared. That seems like it's working as designed. I'm not sure. Uh, hmm. When you have an error on the title field, you click reset. It's not clear. I don't know. Based on my what I can see, um, looks like it's working for me. Let me know what I missed. Okay. Um, and this might not be totally clear. Check the first few minutes of the live stream recording because I don't think that they are online. Whoops. Copy text. Is that what I did? There we go. Okay, great. Moving on to the next question. I want to say, oh, actually, this was answered. I am speaking at upcoming conferences. I guess I'll say answering this now. Yes, and Jacob answered this with my map, but I'll just take you on a little tour of what we can expect. I forgot I need to update my map so that React Miami goes into my past travel. Can you believe this? I have gone so many places and it's so cool. But look, a big gaping hole right there. I've been invited. This is not because people aren't inviting me. I just have never been able to make it work. And it's so sad because, yeah, definitely love to go there. Um, Also been invited and was going to go to Nigeria once, but that conference got canceled. But eventually I'd like to go here sometime. And over here, definitely any of these places would be really cool one day. One day we'll get there. And one day it would be sweet if like life gets better for everybody and it's safe for me to go here also. But anyway, I am going to a number of places and I'd love to see people in person. So my next location, oh, it's not number one because I just got back from there. Next location is Henderson, Nevada, the Las Vegas area, where I'll be at React Conf, speaking about React Server components, and it's going to be awesome. And then after that, a couple weeks later, I'm going up to Montana, to Bozeman. I am not speaking. I am just going to go. Ryan Florence and I are going to ride in his Rivian. We're going to see. He's got the big battery pack, and we're just going to see how that is like. So really looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun. It's like a 6 hour drive or something, 6.5. And then I'm going to that conference in Wisconsin. That's going to be awesome because my wife has family in this area and we're going to go stay with them for a little bit. I'm bringing my whole family. That conference is a family-friendly conference, and so that's at like a resort, that's water park and stuff. It's going to be super fun. And yeah, and then I'm keynoting at that conference. And then I'm coming back here to Utah for React Rally, one of my very favorite conferences. It's awesome. I love React Rally. And then I'm flying across the pond to Poland for uh, Wrocław, I think is how you say this. It looks like Wrocław, but it's like Wrocław or something like that. But anyway, React Native EU, it's actually now React Universe. I should update that title because it's not a React Native conference anymore. It's React in general, Universal React. So I'm looking forward to that. And then on the day before my birthday, I am going to Goa. This is the second time. I love this place. It was awesome. Loved it last time. I'm really looking forward to it. It is a killer trip, like just opposite side of the world. So exhausted, but so fun. Um, and then I'll be going to New York for React Summit. So that is my scheduled travel for different conferences. You can find this at kcd.im/map. Or if you go to my talks page, then the location link right here will take you there. So there you go. Here, whoops, I'm going to stop this app. There we go. Stop that. And here, we'll come over here and stop this also. Yeah, here we go. Stop that. Okay, good stuff. Thanks for asking. And we got another question from Coolest Lizard. This was from this morning. All right, simple question. And actually, let me come back here and say, yeah, and answering this now. Okay, coming up to this, the question is, when it comes to dealing with SSR and responsive design, I wouldn't say that I'm totally adding behavioral features. To be precise, JavaScript logic depends on the size, but also removing and maybe adding some JS based on device width. Oh, that's interesting. I'm at the beginning of this journey. What do you guys prefer? Using user agent requests. Not great because you can get it wrong. User agent is a disaster. Look at this. If I can, here, let's avoid showing my cookies to you. Let's take a look at the user agent. Navigator dot user agent. There it is. Okay. Mozilla. This is not Mozilla. Macintosh. This is a Mac. Intel. No, not an Intel. Mac OS 10.15, probably. I don't know. Apple WebKit. KHTML like Gecko. Chrome. There we go. Chrome. Oh, but Safari. Like, what? How do you even make any sense out of this user agent? It's got Safari, Chrome, and Mozilla. What is that all about? I don't even know. So, and it's not an Intel Mac. So I don't know if you can trust user agents. I know that there are like parsing libraries. There's probably some sense to it, but I wouldn't use a user agent. Should I suspend my client section that's relying on getting the size of the window? This seems kind of cool, but I fear I'm kind of overreaching for zero reason. So this, it really depends on what you're building. If you want to put like a loading indicator there, have that be a client-only component, you can use Remix Utils. It has a client only component that you could do for that. that might be the right approach depending on what it is that you're building. The problem is that you have content layout shift when you're not server rendering it and then you do something else in the client. So you'll want to be very careful of that. But if you size things correctly, at least things won't pop around. It might pop into place when it's ready, but you could put a loading spinner or something and then have it pop into place when it's ready. As long as you make it so it doesn't shift around, then I don't have any complaints. Should I use the CSS approach and add some markup? This is also an option, but way too limited. So like generally, if you can do it with CSS, you should. You're gonna have a much better user experience doing it with CSS. But again, I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to do. So yeah, but yeah, CSS definitely better than doing stuff with JS. And honestly, you should take a look at the Epic Web Conf talks. We just published these yesterday. And we've got really awesome stuff coming to or already on the web platform that I think you would really appreciate. So I'll stick that here in the office hours as well. So yeah, CSS is pretty powerful. You can do a lot of things with it. Or is it possible to use client hint when dealing with window size? Yes, it's possible, but you have to keep in mind that the client hints package will trigger a refresh um, if the what's in the user's cookie is different from what was in there before. And so if the user changes their window size, they're going to get a refresh, not a live reload. That will only happen on the initial page load for the server render. But that is going to happen. So if they open your application at this window size and then they leave and come back and open it at this window size, they're going to get a refresh. They won't notice because the refresh happens before anything shows up on the page. But so like it really isn't that big of a deal. That's why we do it. But yeah, it is just something to keep in mind that that sort of thing can definitely happen. And I probably wouldn't do it this way. But you could. Yeah, you definitely could. And depending on what you're doing, it might be necessary. So it's kind of hard to give you very specific guidance, but in general, what I would do is try to do what you're doing with CSS first. If you really can't, then maybe do client hint if you absolutely have to do it server rendered, or if it's like a client only thing, like it doesn't even like it's a popover or something like that needs user interaction first anyway, then I would just do that as a client only thing. So yeah, without more specifics on what you're doing, then it's hard to say. Let's see if we got a little bit more context. Uh, the client is the best solution. I like the idea of running a little bit of JavaScript in the head for such a purpose. I was a bit hesitant since you didn't mention it. Um, hmm. Yeah. I'm really not sure. Like, I really would like to know what you're doing, some more details, because you really don't want to be doing JavaScript for your layout stuff. Should probably be reaching for CSS. But yeah. Just saw this question really quick. I think there's another one up here, but I'll answer. I use this question really quick. I want to say hi. Recently moved to Canada from India. Ooh. So Toronto, I actually was just in Toronto. My wife's parents live in Toronto, and they're serving a mission there right now. And so we went and visited them during the solar eclipse. We went to Niagara Falls to see the eclipse, and it was awesome. It was pretty fun. So yeah, I actually was invited by a company to come out to Toronto to give a talk or a workshop. I can't remember for sure. Still kind of evaluating that, but I might come out to Toronto eventually. If there are any conferences that you're aware of that might want to have me out there, then I like Toronto. I've been there. It was fun. Um, and so yeah, reach out to conferences and tell them invite Kent, and maybe I'll come out. That'd be sweet. Okay, answering this now. I think this is yeah asked this morning, so answering this now. Okay, I'd like to hear your thoughts on mutation testing in modern web apps. Do they still have a use case amongst all tooling we have today? I don't think I've heard you speak about it, and I'm having to start using it at work. So I'm curious. I'm a bit skeptical myself and prefer to get my confidence from end-to-end and integration tests, but I'm aware of why mutation testing is a thing. Thank you. I have never done mutation testing before. So whatever that tells you, I've worked at all sorts of scales, large scale and small scale and everything in between. And I definitely have heard about it all through the years, and some people really swear by it and love it. I have never felt like I had a big pain point with te my testing approach that made me feel like mutation testing was really all that necessary. So if you have to do it at work, like I'm guessing you have some architect or somebody who's telling you you have to do it, then make the most of it, I guess. But yeah, that's why I don't talk about it, is because I've just never felt like I needed to do mutation testing. So it's probably great, but I just never felt like I really needed it. Okay, that was quick, 15 minutes. Good stuff. Um, Let me just take a look here really quick. I'm pretty sure I got, yeah, I've addressed all of these already. Um, so yeah, that was fun. Join us on Discord and introduce yourself. It's good stuff. I'll say, um, hello. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for coming. And I don't know why I'm doing all this. Go back, go back, go back. Right here. Yeah, thank you, Daniel. I will be doing office hours next week, so look forward to that. I'm going to go back to working on Epic Web um, for our Epic React version 2 stuff. It's going to be sweet. Also, as a general reminder, I pretty much do this every time. If you are in need of an answer to a question, then the Call Kent podcast is a great place to get an answer. So you can record your call right in the browser, and I will answer. Sometimes this waveform thing doesn't work, and I don't know why. But yeah, you record your call, I answer, and it turns into a podcast episode, which we have. Each one of these is 50, so almost 200 episodes. Holy smokes, 190 episodes. So yeah, good stuff. See you all next week.